What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So recently I had Chris and Wendy from Performance Trailer Braking come and do an install of a MORryde Alltrek 4000 and DeeMaxx Disc Brakes on the RV. I didn't film any of the install because I don't like filming other people while they're working, and also I don't like using videos as a kind of a guidelines of, oh, this is, you know, how you did it, because a lot of them are, this is a how I do, not a how to. But I don't like showing other people's work as well as mine, because I don't want people to be like, well, it worked for you, it can work for me. I'm more into, here's the before, here's the after, here's what I think, here's what's going on with it. But in this video, Chris and Wendy brought up a very good point about tire pressure and how it affects your rig. So I asked each of them to explain some aspects of it that I have never seen talked about on the internet before. So enjoy the video. Let me know if you got any questions. Also, if you have any need for upgrades for braking, suspension, please reach out to Performance Trailer Braking. I have no affiliation with them other than I have used them and I highly recommend them. I'll leave their link down in the description below. And if you want to ask for Wendy and Chris, they are great people. So enjoy the video. All right, so we were talking about tire pressure earlier and how that's something that's not really talked about too much. So Wendy's going to go over how to calculate your proper tire pressure, because putting it at the max tire pressure isn't always the best. So
all
Wendy,
right,
walk us through this.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take the tire and figure out what our max loads are. So on the sidewall of the tire, there will always be a little blurb on here. It'll talk about the single, if you're running a single or a dual axle. So right here we can see for a single, the max load is 4,080 pounds and the max PSI is going to be 110. So what we're going to do on our calculator is take the 4080 for the max load and then divide it by the max PSI, and we get 37 is our multiplier. So we just need to remember that number, and then we're going to use 12,000 pounds for an approximate weight of his trailer. We divide that by 4 because he has 4 tires on the ground, so 3,000 pounds per wheel, but divide that by the 37 ratio and we end up with 81 pounds. So assuming that the trailer is 12,000 pounds, he would want to run about 80 pounds of pressure, 80 to 85, with this particular tire to get the best ride for the weight of the trailer.
All right, so Chris is going to go over the mechanical aspect of the perks of having the proper tire pressure and, the actual benefits and disadvantages.
So there's a common misconception of tire pressure. Everybody looks at their tires and you see on the side of it says maximum tires, like a 10-ply tire, maximum pressure is 80 pounds. But also you look on there and it'll tell you what the weight rating is, single and dual. To get the best ride, you don't run the maximum tire pressure. That's for if you're going to be hauling the maximum weight that the tire is rated for. Like for instance, I believe a 10-ply is rated for 3,080 pounds. Well, that's 3,080 pounds per tire. And if you look at my truck, it runs 4 of those on the back. That's over 12,000 pounds. Well, the whole truck's only rated for 14, and I got 6 of them on the ground. So then you adjust your tire pressure, and there's charts out there. Every major tire manufacturer has a chart. They like to hide them. It's kind of hard to find them, but if you find them, it tells you how to figure the weight rating, which Wendy had already told you all that earlier in the video. So what that does, you get the proper weight rating for what your tire pressure and your weight rating right. Then it gives you a better ride, and it also makes everything handle a little bit better. The sidewalls are super stiff on the higher ply tires. When you go 14, 16, 18 ply, So you lower the air pressure, gives you a better ride because it allows the sidewalls to flex more, and it also gives you like a second set of shocks. So that's the gist of it. Basically, don't run to maximum air pressure unless you're running maximum load, and then be sure and find the correct chart to adjust your air pressure for the tires that you're running. And be sure when you do that, they're not all the same. 10 ply, 12 ply, 14 ply. Don't run an 18 ply on an RV. If you do run a 18 ply on an RV, get ready to do a lot of repairs because you're going to shake it apart. Don't go over 14 ply. That's
So there
it.
you have it, guys. A lot of information from Chris and Wendy about how to calculate your tire pressure. They did this install after Samantha and I did a 22 to 2,400 mile trip up to Utah and back. Those videos will be coming soon. But I'll put down in the description down below tire manufacturers' inflation charts. And it's for a 14 ply G-rated tire. But you get the idea, and you'll understand how to search for it and look it up. That way you can calculate your own. Let me know what you guys think, and see you in the next one.